Okay, we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to carve a couple little acrobats. Now, I just kind of found a pattern for, just a regular thing, and I just traced it out, put it on here, and cut it out. Now, I know that my channel is not really for beginners in a lot of sense that want to carve everything out of a block of wood, but there are just some things that you can carve out of a block of wood, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cut it. I spent a lot of money on my bandsaw, and I'm going to use it. Okay, I'm going to use my bandsaw. I'm going to use it to get whatever, to do the things that I have to do with it, and so. But we got two little acrobats here, and I cut them out. Like I said, I didn't spend $600, $700 for a bandsaw to not be used. So most of my videos, and I admit that, are cut out pieces. And if you don't have a bandsaw, then I'm sorry. But we're just these carvings are more for intermediate type people, I think. I remember a young man recently sent me a comment. He said, well, you cut most of it out, then really you're not, anybody could carve it then. And I wrote him back and I said, well, you go ahead and carve it, and I didn't hear back from him in such a way, but that's just, we're just going to have some fun today as we work with these pieces and everything. So we're going to carve the little acrobats. And I'll get my trusty Ron Wells knife out here. So we're just going to do it kind of in an abstract way is how we're going to do this. And I did cut between the legs right here for a moment. So we have I hope everybody is doing well. It's finally turned a lot cooler down here in Texas. It's kind of hot today, but we're getting there to where we're getting some cooler days. We don't really have what you call extravagant winters down here. We just have normal winters down here. And as you can see, I'm cutting the feet off right here. Not cutting them off, but cutting them down is what I'm trying to say. Let's come in a little bit more with, and I'm going to bring these shoes down. This is a cute little carving to do. It's something cute to do, and I wish I could present you patterns here on the YouTube, but unfortunately YouTube does not let you send pictures or anything like that, in other words. And what I'll do is I can show you the pattern at the end, and you can freeze frame it and maybe get the pattern off of it, in other words. But just kind of shaping, this is a shaping type thing, just kind of shaping this to make it the way we want it from both sides. I have looked, I have been such joy. We're getting more and more people who are doing videos, carving videos on YouTube and places like that. The internet has opened up just a flood of people who are going to try their hand at doing some YouTube videos on carving. And I think it's great. I really do. I think it's wonderful. And you know, when I started, most of you know my story. When I started, there was nobody on doing YouTube videos at all on YouTube. It was just not a, I mean, there were, I'm sure there were some, but I started, and then Arlene Zoomer, she started not long after me, and as of today, I have over 2,700 videos, and Arlene has, I don't know, probably getting close to that herself, in other words. So this is a fun little carving to do. It's fun because it shows it shows shaping. It's what it shows. And of course, now here, when it comes to the arms, as you can see, the person, you're gonna have to cut down. I could not cut that with a bandsaw, so you have to do that by hand. You have to cut that by hand and get some texture in there. We as I told you, I just finished doing a play called Of Mice and Men, and it was a very good play, and we had a good time doing it. Very dark, you know, as I've explained before, but a good play. And Doug Linker has put out several videos now on a ghost and stuff. See, everybody's doing Halloween videos now, and so that's why I'm not doing a Halloween video, because people are already doing it. And so it's not really necessary for everybody to do, and this happens during Christmas a lot. Everybody's doing Santa Claus videos, and I understand that, because of the simple fact that I know this is the time of the year that people are going to buy Santa Clauses and all that other stuff. But we have discussed a lot of things on Let's Talk Carving about the seasonal carvings. And like I said, they will sell, if you're going to sell your carvings, they will sell in this time of year. So a lot of people are really preparing for and a lot of people do it also because they give them as gifts to their family, Santa Clauses and things like that. I've done quite a few Santa Clauses, and I just don't do them as much anymore. Alright, now we've got these legs right here, and these arms, we're going to bring those down a little bit more. I don't do a lot of seasonal videos anymore, because so many people are doing them that you can go there and you can get what you need from those videos. And another thing, I try not to keep, you know, the market is just flooded with all types of videos and stuff like that. Now this comes across here, so we want to cut this like that, and we want to just show a separation right here, okay? And so I try to separating the hands here is what it is from the Acrobats. I'm going to try and do other things if I do them. In other words, I much more adapt to doing things that are different. And I used to do that. I used to be seasonal, where I would do Santa Clauses and I would do things like that. And that's all good. It is. But most people are doing it. So there's plenty out there if that's what you want, if that's what you need. And so there are plenty of videos out there for the person that wants to do a seasonal work, in other words. Alright, I'm going to come back here. And like I said, this is going to be kind of an abstract type thing. And I'm going to cut along the head here and start bringing the head down. So I try to find other things that just kind of during these times of the year, that other than holiday type necessarily stuff. And there's nothing wrong with doing holiday stuff. It's wonderful. It's great. It's you know, but everybody's doing it, so I try not to. Like I said, I try not to flood the market with these type of videos. Okay. And so many people today now that are doing videos have better quality than I do. They have better equipment. They have better stuff. And I am just, like I said, I am pleased, so pleased that people are now doing videos and showing the public their different ways of carving things. And I am just thrilled at what has happened with these videos. And so it's a joy. It is a joy. It's such a joy. And a lot of you have asked me, you know, I didn't know that you did theater. Well, I usually don't, okay? I don't do it a whole lot. At my age, if there's any parts, a lot of times the parts come for older men, and I'm able to do it. Can you still memorize, they ask? Well, yeah, I still am able to. I did theater as a young man. And so then I went to work for the refineries, and I was working all the time, so I didn't do a whole lot at that time. But see how I'm cutting the head down here, though? See how I'm doing that? In other words, bringing the head down on all sides, giving it dimension. So we ask ourselves, you know, but I enjoy more than getting there on stage. I enjoy building the sets with a friend named John Holland, and that's what I love doing. Is of course that adds to the woodwork type thing, and so our little group. I help him build the sets, and we just have a very good time doing it, in other words. And most of the people don't like to build sets. They don't want to do that kind of thing. They want to act on stage, and they want to do stuff like that, and that's fine. And that's why I say find what you love, just like in carving. Find what you love in carving and do it, you know. So I love building the sets, but we're a small group, so, and work out of a church, so a lot of times we need people to fill in, and so that's what I do. I fill in. Now the part I had was a pretty large part, with a lot of memorization, but she asked me and I said I'll do it. So as you can see, I continue to cut the head down so that I can bring the sides, the other stuff down when necessary. And you want to get the head down the way you want it, so then once you get the head down the way you want it, then you can get the other stuff. And the head will be abstract. It will not have a face. It will simply be abstract and do it like that. But so I do love to do that kind of stuff, especially building the sets and designing them and things like that. I get to work, you know, and build the imagination of the sets, in other words. And I guess it's because of my love for woodworking is why I love to do it. But every once in a while I'm called upon to help in our group and to stay alive so we can continue this. And so usually if I have to fill in for a part or something like that, or someone has to drop out, we had a young man drop out, then just had to do that. But I think that you should find something in your life that you really love to do, and that's one of the things I do love to do. I love building those sets. I love creating the imagination of a scene or a place by basically having just walls up there and not that. It's just really funny how you hide things. And we made a barn on this set that actually used old wood from a fence to cover the barn, the inside of a barn, not the outside of a barn, but the inside of one. And we even created a sliding door, barn door, and everything like that. So just really nice. Enjoy that more than anything in the world. And that's what you do. Find something you really like to do. It's like in carving, you find the style that you want. You want to carve nothing but Santa Clauses. You want to carve nothing but caricatures, and stay with that. You know, don't venture off into too much. Now, I know in my videos I ventured off in different subjects, of course, which I love carving more than anything. But I have ventured off in. Now, as I got the head down, as you see, then I can bring the body down some to equal what I want. So let's come back here, make these cuts back here, kind of do that. But that's the thing. And another thing too, at my age I want to try to stay busy. I don't want to just sit and do nothing. I really don't. So this keeps me busy. It keeps my mind working and everything like that. And that so what we're going to do here, we're going to try to divide this these hands a little bit, so that keeps me in tune of what I'm doing, in other words. And like I said, a lot of people they love sports and stuff like that, and I love sports. I do. I played sports. I played baseball when I was young and stuff like that. But as an old person, or as an old man, I mean, you can enjoy the games and all that stuff. But sports has kind of taken a second thing in my life. And you can only fish down here certain times of the year. And I bow fish. I hunt. I fish with a bow and arrow. And dirt, sometimes it's carp, sometimes it's, oh, got kind of in a rut here. Oh, I want to bring that up. I don't want to, that will break. So let me cut that. Then if I want to take it down, I can. There we go. You don't want to break everything. Oh, got into some. Turn that knife around and go that way. But the main thing is I don't want to stop. I don't want to. I don't want to stop doing things. I want, as a person, I want to continue to be doing something and not just sit in a chair somewhere. I told you I have a brother-in-law who he's living here with me because he's had some financial difficulties, but he just sits and watches TV and doesn't do anything. And I don't want to get in that way. I don't want to do that. I feel that's dangerous, and because what happens is it's a couch potato basically. But what happens is your body gets used to that, and it gets to where when you do get up and do anything, then you don't, just cutting the hands apart here, you don't, it's just not good for you. It's not good for you not to do anything, to keep your mind alive and stuff like that. TV is an institution of it can really rob your mind of things that you need. And just sort of cutting on the inside here. I want to do one guy first, and then I will do the other one to fit and kind of go into the realm of what he's doing. So but television is okay, but I remember I got involved with watching television too much at one time, where I was watching the news, and